2, 1.
What's up? My name is Jamie, and I want to welcome you to One Blast, the podcast for the last. So, who are the last? The last of a dying breed, obviously, but even deeper than that, because we're trying to bring you back to life. Okay, the last. Let me break it down for you biblically. So we're gonna go Mark chapter 10, verse 30. It says, "Who will not receive 100-fold now in this time, houses and brothers and sisters and mothers and children and lands with persecutions, and in the age to come eternal life? But many who are first will be last, and the last," that's us, y'all, "the last will be first." Okay? Period. So what are we blasting today? Well, let me break that down for you too. The blast. What is the blast? Exodus 15. Let's go there. So we got Moses and his homies. They singing to God, singing to the Lord. Verse 8. "With the blast of your nostrils," and that's not yours, you. That's yours, him, your nostrils. "With the blast of your nostrils, the waters piled up. The flowing waters stood up like a mound. The deeps were congealed in the heart of the sea." All right, so look, just read the chapter, all right? It's crazy. It's a lot going on up in there. He bringing up waters, he's laying enemies, all kind of stuff is going on. And so that's what I'm trying to accomplish here, y'all. We trying to blast one time and make you feel something. One time for your mind. So just stick with me here. I'm excited to be bringing you this podcast, and I'm excited about some guests that I am going to have. But today is just me, okay? Just me all day. So we are going to get into a lot on this podcast, but let me break it down to you. So the purpose of this podcast is to talk about your God-given calling, your God-given gift. But even more specifically, what do you do when that gift changes? What does that look like? How does that journey feel? I will let you know that my personal experience with the change in my calling was one that felt confusing, felt uncertain, exciting. There's so many different emotions that goes into it. And so if you follow me on Instagram at Jamie Sharice, you will see a lot of different photos from modeling that I've done previously. And I believe this past year, 2022, was the year of I'm cool off of it. Okay. I was just done. I'm not quite sure what feelings happened, because it wasn't like throughout the year. Like, it was at the beginning of 2022. I was like, I don't want to do this no more. I don't feel like it. Okay. I'm tired. I wasn't happy to go to casting calls. I wasn't happy to go to runway shows. Like, and I'm like, what? Like, is it me just being bougie? Like, no, I'm not gonna do this no more. Y'all got me twisted. Or is it me like really rediscovering what it is that I want out of this lifetime? I think that's really what it is. I cried, y'all. I cried like a baby when I realized that I was done with that part of my life, because it was something that I have done for so long. And not that it was like my career, it wasn't, but it was my passion. And it was something that I didn't want to, I'm not going to say I didn't want to let it go, but I hadn't let it go in so many years, through creating a family, through finding myself spiritually, through getting married and finding a regular job, a stable career, and, going to school, through all of that, I still managed to make time for modeling. And for me, it was just something that just kind of made me feel, I think we all have an art or a craft that we work on and we work on. And then it's like, okay, I'm tired of this. Like, what do you do at that point when that calling changes, when you cool off of it? Like, what do you do, And if I'm being honest, I don't know if this podcast is my next calling. Not 100% sure. It might just be the journey to my next calling, but I hope that you will be along for the ride. And I'm glad to have you guys join me here. I am going to have a lot of guests on here, and I'm excited about it. But today it's just me. You're just getting your girl. Okay. And so, going back to what I was just talking about, my spiritual journey of modeling, or spiritual journey of modeling, excuse me, that I just mixed up two different journeys, spirituality and modeling. So modeling was like years and years, but I can hop over to that spiritual journey, okay? Because I have gone through a spiritual journey. First of all, change is inevitable. It happens. If you're not changing, then what are you doing? Like, you can't just stay the same forever. So for me, I think 2022, okay, last year, it just brought so much change into my life. I experienced some happy times. I experienced some wild times. I experienced some loss as well. And when it was all said and done, I came out with a stronger relationship with God. So I will say that over the past, let's say 5 years, I have been on a spiritual journey. I grew up Christian. That's all I knew until I came to a point in my life where I questioned my religion. I did go into some other religions, just kind of seeing what it was about, nothing too crazy, but I definitely got a deeper understanding of some other spiritual beliefs. And I do not regret it one bit because it made my relationship with God, with Jesus, 10 times stronger than what it could have ever been if I would have just gone off of what everybody else told me about my religion that I was born into and other religions. So I'm very grateful for that. Um, this past year, I lost my father this past year, and just going through that and experiencing a lot of different spiritual situations, like right after he passed, like within that first week of him passing, I experienced so many different spiritual moments, and it really kind of blew my mind. Like, it was like, if I didn't believe there was a God before, I for sure believe now. But I mean, I did, but you know what I'm saying? And so because of that, I think my relationship now with God is even 10 times stronger. So I know it was something, I can't remember what it was. If you remember, let me know. Put it down in the chat, in the comments. But I heard something somewhere, and it said something like, when my dad died, it made me stronger, or when I lost my father, it made me better, or something like that. And I can't remember if I heard that before my dad passed or after. But I understand it so deeply now, like it really blows my mind. And I'm kind of grateful for the experience. Of course, loss brings grief, where one minute you're straight, you good, you're feeling fine. And then the next minute, like you hear one thing or see one thing, and all of a sudden you are like a hot mess. And that's I definitely experienced a lot of that over the course of the last few months. But it made me question myself, what I really want in life, what my real purpose is in life. And I'm starting to become a better Jamie. And I want to share that with you guys. I want to get some people on here to share that. And I just want to say that I'm really excited about my first guest. Look, I'm bumping a mic and everything. I'm so excited. Oh, look, I'm not gonna tell y'all who my first guest is on here. I'm gonna just let you know that it's gonna be lit, and hoping, I'm hoping that we can get some work done in the studio because sometimes we be cutting up. Okay, so but just stay tuned because I got some guests in mind. I have, like I said, my first guest. Just stay tuned. Okay, bear with your girl through this. Y'all gonna have fun. I'm gonna have fun. We gonna reach higher, become better, grow in love, in purpose, and in spirituality. This is not a, I'm not going to say this is a Christian podcast. This is a podcast for people who want to know themselves. And whether you decide to know yourself through Jesus Christ like me, or you decide to get to know yourself through something or someone else, I honestly feel like whatever makes you closer to God and makes you better, more power to you. This is really just an intro for you of what's to come. I'm going to dive into the modeling a little bit. I'm going to dabble in that in a couple of episodes. I'm going to have some special guests on here. Super excited. So I just want y'all to stay tuned, bear with me, and we are just going to have a good time and grow and sunshine and flowers and all that stuff. So with that, I think I'm going to end this episode 1 of One Blast, the podcast for the last, because we the last of the dying breed, and everything else. If you haven't done so, which you probably haven't, this is the first episode, please like, subscribe, share, follow, all that good stuff. I don't want y'all to miss no episodes because I'm telling you, it's going to be fun. It's going to be an amazing time here. I'm fun. And I'm excited to have y'all with me. So let's get into it. I'll see y'all next time.